fuck, shit. All right, what's up? This is part 6, I think, of my Unity development kind of diary thing where I talk to myself about what I'm gonna do, and maybe in a few years I'll make myself laugh looking back how stupid all this was. So today's Wednesday. Kind of feel just gross today. It's been a weird day. Um, just annoying day at work. Been trying to bring the Crest water system into Unity 2017 because of a project that currently exists, and it's not meant for Unity 2017. So I spent most of today playing around with all the scripts, going, "Why doesn't this work?" Because I think if I like refactor some of the code and change some things, I can get it to work correctly. Except that the Crest water system is fucking amazing. It is so over my head with the things that go on in it, and it works pretty well. But for some reason, when there's no waves or anything in it, the shader for the water looks off. I think it's something to do with the shader because like the waves don't behave correctly, just like the idling when there's no weight to the water. Most people probably don't know what I'm talking about, but yeah, it's just weird. Now, why don't I bring the project to 2019, you ask? That's because the project is insane. Um, Moving that to 2019 is a task. I would like to do that at some point, but that's also a task in itself. But yeah, I did not get a lot of work done. So, to get all my coding, because I didn't get to do a whole lot of coding today, it was mostly just trial and error modifying scripts. I'm going to fix all the little bugs. Before I add new features, I need to fix most of the, I want to fix hopefully all of this. So the view glitch, the first one I put on here, or the bottom, the view glitch itself might not be an issue for me to solve. I think it's an issue with my Oculus room not being scanned. Basically, once every 10 tries, sometimes less or more, the camera spawns like 700 trillion feet away randomly, and I have to restart Unity. I don't know why. I think it's something to do with my sensors not being correct because I haven't like done a room scan in forever. It's not a big deal. I just never. I work with VR a lot, and I've never had the bug happen at work or anything. So I don't know. Maybe it's something to do with SteamVR 2. The speed changes not being consistent confuses me. I'll open up the VR character controller. I'll just show you. Because, so you think like, oh, you must be doing your physics calculations and all that jazz in update, and it's going by frame rate, causing the character to not move consistently. Where that's not actually the case. It's all being done in fixed update. I swear me mum. So I do all the, I check for the inputs on update, obviously, and then I do the move and the jump stuff. All this jazz on fixed update. And yeah, and the weird thing is it doesn't, it's like when you run it, sometimes it's like your character moves faster, but if it starts off and it starts off moving correctly, it moves correctly the whole time. It doesn't increase speed at runtime. So something's going weird there. Again, weird bug. This is a weird one because I don't know if it matters. Oh, get back in there. Basically, the two-handed grab. Dude, I'm changing into shoe nice. Well, basically, I'm going to drink this whole bottle of absinthe vodka. Abstinence? Oh, whatever. Anyways, I'm going crazy. So yeah, the two-handed grab, you reload your gun, and then when you put the clip back in, because you're holding down on the grab, it automatically grabs the gun because you let go of grabbing it when you finish reloading, and because you're with your grip down, not holding anything, it's like, oh, time to grab stuff, so it grabs the gun automatically. It just feels kind of jarring. It's not really going to break anything, but yeah. This is something I need to add. I think if you pick up a gun, you don't want to be holding down on the grip the whole time. On the Oculus, it feels nice. The Oculus controller is great. You got your controller. You don't even notice you're holding down on the grip. You're just like gripping the controller. But on a different device, like the Vive, for example, where the grip sucks and it's like hard to hold and you have to like fucking, yeah. So that's useful to have. I might not even use it for now because I kind of like the way it is. But it would be useful in case I ever wanted to give someone else a build that has a different device. And then I gotta fix the recoil system because it does not work at all. So usually I don't finish all the tasks I've set out for me, but I really think I can because like investigating the view glitch is like, go Google that. The reload, I might not even do that. The speed changes for some reason. I really like, these are just weird ones. So, but I just want it to feel polished and stuff before I add things more like adding IK And like, fucking, I should clean up the effects. I want to replace the models with hands, add IK. I want to add body IK. So when you crouch, your model goes down with you. But yeah, so we'll figure out all these bugs. I'll probably give you a quick little update. I think it'll be a little bit shorter of a video. Anyways, okay, so I'm like, fixing up and refactoring some kind of redundant scripts, getting rid of just pointless code. Like I had a script called controller data and controller, and they both do the same thing, so I got rid of that. I fixed some bugs. But yeah, I rearranged stuff, put this stuff on one table that I like to play with, and you get the primitives on the other, and then for some reason a baseball bat and a terrible texture. But yeah, it's just been little fixes and stuff. I just wanted to do this because I'm super frustrated. So for some reason, if you have an object in the holster and then you throw it, its parent stays the old holster, because when you release it, I set the parent back to the old parent, right? Makes sense. If it was a child of something, you grabbed it, it needs to go back to being the child of the thing it was before when you throw it, potentially. So, simple thing, I just check if the parent's null. And then I go, if there's the holster component attached to it, which is one of these guys, right? If the old parent wants to be the holster, the transform parent's null. There's no parent. Like, I don't want it to be that, right? But what keeps happening is it goes into this if statement, and then it prints off the fucking holster just to slap me in the dick about it. Like I'll show you, but it doesn't make sense because it'll like print off the name of the holster, it'll be like melee holder. Like it definitely goes in the else statement, but melee holder definitely you can get component holster, so I don't know why it does that. Yeah, so right here it says the fucking old parent, which is the else statement here, is the primary holder. If we go to the primary holder, it's holster. So if the old parent's not null, which it's not null because it's printing off the name of it, and the old parent contains holster, don't go into the else statement. So why is it going into it? Like, what the fuck is going on right now? I'm gonna restart Unity. Maybe it's that. I don't know. This is brutal. Alright, so I was bitching, moaning, complaining that the fucking the last part I was just like, why doesn't it work? Ah! Like this whole if statement here, I've changed it a little bit because I couldn't figure it out for the life of me. And it turns out it looked like this. I forgot to put the else there for some reason. I've never done that before. That's insane. I also thought without the else you would throw an error, but turns out you don't. So that fixed it. Obviously, the logic was right. I'm not crazy. But, like, Jesus, I spent like 20 minutes on that. That's completely bananas. Yeah, so after all these little minor refactors, where am I? Projects. I think the movement speed, the issues with that is actually when there's colliders as a child. If you keep messing with that, you keep adding things as children that also contain colliders and rigid bodies and stuff like that, it causes a little bit of chaos, so I think I got that figured out. I'm not going to worry about that just yet. I'll keep it here, though, and then I'm going to start to work on these two, which is funny because they're all in progress when they shouldn't be. We'll do this one. Put this one in the backlog. One task at a time. Anyways. Alright. Today sucks. I'm just super frustrated for some reason. Generally, this doesn't make me angry, but it's actually just really crushing my soul. So, I'm adding the hold the grab thing, and I spent way too long on setting up the input manager because it's been a while. I forgot how to do that. So, that was a thing. Me figuring out that I had to do get state down. Too long. And then I thought, oh, it would be simple. This needs to be cleaned up. Obviously, these should be like in functions and stuff, but like I have an else. If not, holds grab, do it on down, and then release on grip down. So you pick it up, waits for the next down, press down, drops it. Pretty simple. That's how it works in my head. But that's not how it works. This doesn't work at all. This is wrong. So I'm going to call it a night because I'm really crushed. I just don't feel like dealing with this right now. Basically, it's probably most likely because these get called the same frame. So it picks it up, and then as it goes through everything in the frame, it goes, oh, press down, drops it. So what happens is it picks it up and drops it immediately, which means there has to be some sort of buffer, or I'm doing it wrong, and I don't know. I'm just fucking not having a good day. Today's been just a terrible day, so I'm just gonna call it here and quit on a. This would be a high note if I spent any more time. It's 9 o'clock. I'm gonna go get some beer, sit outside because it's a beautiful night, and drink that beer and be happy about life. Anyways,